Hi, this is MC of Healthy by George. Please join me here every Thursday and Sunday. Think about subscribing. Click the like button or the bell as a reminder. We're all here talking about health and how we can stay healthier as we get older.
Welcome to Healthy by George. I want you to know that this is for informational purposes only, and it should not be considered as medical advice, nor does it have anything related to my employer. So it's always best for you to check with your own medical provider before you do anything that I recommend or for any medical treatments. So please join me, hit that subscribe button, and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode.
Today's topic is how do we break our addiction to ultra-processed foods? It's a big issue. We all, at some point, crave those hot Cheetos or those hot nachos or cheese puffs or what are those things? They're not puffs, but they're like fried and crunchy Cheetos. I don't know. They're very addicting. And other things that are high in sugar, high in all kinds of chemicals that are not normal in food products. They're packaged. They're made to have long shelf lives. And typically they are high in refined carbs, high in salt, high in fat, high in what we call flavor science, really, because that's really what has been done. These ultra-processed foods have been highly engineered so that they create a craving in our taste buds, not pilots. And what happens is it electrifies that connection of dopamine to the brain, which is a pleasure pathway. And so you eat these ultra-processed foods. Typically it's chips or some kind of a candy bar or some kind of a thing in a package that could be a pastry or all kinds of things that have been highly engineered so that we are craving them at our taste buds, and they're very hard to resist. And I think some of the fast food products, too, have this same kind of approach in combinations of fat and these flavorings and seasonings that are, again, not natural. They're engineered because they have figured out a way scientifically to hit those parts of our taste buds that give us this immediate response of dopamine to our brains. And so it's very difficult if you're working towards having a clean eating lifestyle to break those habits. And that's what the science has shown. They've done a very interesting study to look at how difficult it is to get yourself off of highly processed foods. And what we're finding is it's challenging. If you're someone who has, just like they say, the Lay's potato chips, you can't eat just one, or Pringles, a can of Pringles, or whatever those pastries are by, Little Debbie's, for Little Debbie things in those packages. All of these foods are really very highly processed and mostly artificial. And they're inexpensive. They're made to have long shelf lives. They don't probably cost as much as most foods that are natural or that have a short shelf life. And so they can be affordable. So you feel like you're getting a longer food or you're getting more product for your dollars, big package of something, or several servings inside of a package. And that's the problem, is that we all know that these ultra-processed foods have a key taste pleasure because they have engineered these flavorings, whatever they are, so that they will give us that sensation of highly pleasurable enjoyment that's not natural, because that's not normally found in nature. And what happens is our taste buds get, they get kidnapped, because now our taste buds are seeking these ultra highly processed foods, and there's this sense of desire for them. So how can we break this? And really the issue is you have to go cold turkey if possible. Now, for some people, the addiction is real. The addiction of having, like, I had some Diet Coke and pizza this past weekend, and it reminded me of how every time I ate pizza, I needed Diet Cokes. And really, I don't eat or drink pizza very often. I rarely drink carbonated drinks except for seltzer. And so this was really bringing back memories of all that pleasurable salt, fizzy sweetness that I got from eating these kinds of pizza and Diet Coke. And I haven't had that in a long time. I don't keep these things from my diet 100%, but I recognize that if I start including it in my diet like I used to, it's going to get more and more of an issue where I feel like I need it. I feel like I'm craving it. And the truth is, I'm really not craving it. It's that my taste buds have been kidnapped by these kind of artificial flavorings or seasonings that are found, I don't know, maybe in the pasta, in the sauce that's put on pizza or the crusts that have been manufactured. I think that the pizza we had was a vegetarian pizza, so there was a lot of veggies and stuff. But the cheese and the pizza crust and the sauce that's on these cheese, those have all these highly processed ingredients in them because very little of that is probably considered clean eating. And Diet Cokes, they're mainly some kind of a chemical drink that has no sugar, but it has a sweet taste. That's, again, I don't really want to keep that, but it's definitely reminded my brain of a time when that's what I wanted. And even still, when I've eaten some of these things that are being created that are keto, or they have these flavorings, these artificial flavorings that are in there that, again, are highly processed, high salt, high fat, and they're engineered to make you crave them so that all you want to do is buy more and more. And when that happens, it's really hard for you to enjoy foods that are natural. And if you do a clean, really give yourself 2 to 3 weeks where you don't eat these foods at all, you recognize the difference between eating whole foods versus eating something that's highly processed. Suddenly, your taste buds are finding such satisfaction in eating whole foods versus eating these things that are highly processed and engineered. But it takes a while because you have been kidnapped. Your taste buds have been literally kidnapped by the science that goes into food engineering. And I know for every now and then, it's not such a big deal. But if you're someone like me who is a foodie, it's not so easy to come off of some of these ultra-processed foods. You're craving them. You're craving, sometimes on a Saturday night, you're craving a big bag of chips with a movie and a Diet Coke or some kind of a drink that you've had in the past, like a frozen Coke or something, an icy where it's all really fake fruit, or just, this flavoring that they put on popcorn in the movies that's totally not natural. So we have to really work with ourselves to either do one of two things. Either wean ourselves slowly off of these products, like maybe only give yourself one of these products. If you're somebody who eats a lot, say you eat chips with your lunch every day, or you drink Diet Cokes or some kind of diet drinks or some kind of a sugar product with your meals, reduce it. Reduce it to only 3 days a week or 2 days a week, or do what you can to slowly wean yourself off. If that's too difficult, which I find that difficult, I find it easier to just go cold turkey. Like some of my family members have gone cold turkey on no sugar. And I'm sorry, I can't do that. I like sugar too much. I don't mind doing some sugar, maybe fruits and an occasional ice cream bar or something like that, or an occasional dessert. But I don't think I'm ever going to be one of those people who just goes cold turkey and there is no more sugar in my life. I don't know about you. Sugar is not a bad thing all the time. If you are someone who enjoys ultra-processed foods, they're not great for us because they do create risks in our health. they create a risk of having diabetes, of being overweight, of increasing our risk to cardiovascular disease. It also is terrible for our mental health. If you are someone who does have a lot of ultra-processed foods packaged that you are eating, it can be even too many deli meats. Deli meats have terrible amounts of sodium and these kind of chemicals that have been put in them, injected into the meats because it makes it more flavorful. Take a look at the ingredients before you buy things. That's the key. And if there's too many of them and you can't pronounce, probably choose another product. Or wean yourself off of these products until you feel like you can choose another product. I know that price sometimes is a challenge, but believe me, it's much more costly to our health in the long run if we don't do something to come off of highly processed foods. Be well, my friends. We have this one precious life. Let's live it intentionally so that we can grow older, healthier, stronger, wiser. See you next time. Bye-bye.
So thank you so much for joining me at Healthy by George. I hope you found the information inspiring and that it encourages you on your wellness journey. Because remember, your body, your well-being are a most precious gift, and every tiny action taken daily can make a huge difference. I hope the information here is educational purposes and is not meant to replace your medical care. See your doctor and talk about what works for you. If you enjoyed today's content, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Your support means the world to me, and it helps me continuing creating content that inspires and empowers you to live your best life. Goodbye for now, and join me again at the next Healthy by George.